so when we're looking at this and you know, the total crypto market cap being, you know, 7.8 trillion or whatever, let's be conservative. I think 7.8 trillion is going to be a relatively conservative figure. So if I just get my little doodle pen out here, and we all know that crypto follows the real world, and the AI in the real world is the fastest exponential growth sector that humans have ever seen, and it's not going to stop. It's only accelerating. And so I think to not be heavy AI in this cycle is going to be negligent to your pot. Okay, so, and then when we go back to, you know, things like how I looked at previous percentage market caps of all the movers in all the different cycles, and then when you focus on the movers, like if you took I guess the last sort of coins that were in the lexicon, so to speak, in the last cycle, if you look at the average market share, ignoring Bitcoin and ETH, like the lower, and this wasn't all-time high, this was a rough all-time high, but when you add all of these up, that was 1.19%, the market share. Okay, so at the absolute lowest, you know, you have to work out, okay, well, what does 1.19% look like? And then you got things like ADA. I remember that hitting like $95 billion as a smart contract platform with no smart contracts. And so some of the bigger coins were hitting sort of 2-3%. And so, you know, when I do this maths, it's absolutely ridiculous, because obviously I personally see TAO being easily top 10, but probably top 5. It is the ETH and the Bitcoin of crypto AI. It's going to gobble everything up. Projects like Render don't really need to exist, because it will end up just being, you know, there will be a subnet competitor to Render that outdoes Render. And all the other bits and bobs. So, like, I'm now of more of the ilk, thinking that, you know, Bittensor is going to be more like 5 or 10% of the whole crypto market cap. So when we're looking at this, and let's get my calculator up here, I just want to sort of scare you a little bit, just to prod the noggin. So if we type in 7.8 trillion, and again, I'm being, you know, pretty conservative here, that's 7.8 billion, 1, 2, 3, that's 7.8 trillion. So 019 so that is, I'm just gonna write this down, so 1.48.2 billion. Let's I'm gonna have to do this a few times. Sorry, bear with me here. Talk amongst yourselves. 7 times 0.03, that's 234. 5 billion, 7, 8. 800 billion, so yeah, times 0.05, that's 390, and then 10 will be 780. So, okay, this is all billion. So if we're looking at the, and by the way, without just, I want to show you how you can find the total, you know, the market cap. So if you go to TAO stats, I spend a lot of time on taostats.io, and if you just go to tokenomics, you can work out for yourself, you know, what roughly the circulating supply will be. So off the top of my head, from my memory, I think it's 10.5 million. So if you look at so roughly around here, and then, you know, end of December, so December 2025, you're looking at, yeah, 10.5 million circulating supply. So then you can just do a little calculation, and it's like, holy shit. So 1.482 billion. Let's double check the maths here. 814 billion. So 1.482 billion. Yeah, there we go. Divided by 10.5 million. What have I done wrong here? 148,200 billion. 148.2 billion divided by 10,500. That's better. So you're looking at 14,104. Well, I'm just going to double check that because public speed maths is not my thing. Not that this is proper maths. 148 to, so it's 14,800 billion. So it's 148. Yeah, 200 million. Yeah, that's 148 divided by 10,500. 10.5 million. Yeah, that is correct. So then, if we do the same, 234 billion divided by 10.5 million, that's 22,285. And I know I'm probably sounding like an absolute batshit Looney Tune right now, but I've been through these numbers, oh dear Lord, a lot. Oh dear, 390 billion divided by 10,500, 37,142. And the last one, it will be double that, won't it? So times 2. 74. Now, so 74,285. Now you're thinking, wait a minute, Simon, this is ridiculous. BitTensor is 2 years old, and you're looking at, in another 2 years' time, it could be at price points similar to Bitcoin right now. And the answer, in my opinion, is yes. And the reason being is that, yes, it took Bitcoin a long freaking time to get to 37k, and it's never even hit 74k, but don't forget, Bitcoin had to grow up and set up this whole industry on its own. And it spent half of its life pretty much unknown by the world. It was really until 2017 when the big majority of the crypto masses sort of cottoned onto it. And back then, the whole crypto market was Bitcoin. And so now you've got this virgin birth type project that's launching, you know, with all of the pros and, you know, there's not many cons, but there's more pros and cons. But it's now launching into an ecosystem that already has hundreds of billions, and it will be trillions of dollars sloshing around it. So it just has, it's launching on top of big shoulders, whatever that Atlas Shrugged quote is. So at a 5% market share of a $7.8 trillion market cap, like, yeah, 37 odd K. So I feel I've been under egging BitTensor. You know, for the last couple of months I've been very bullish on it, but I think I've been under egging it because my eyes have been more like 6.5K upwards, 6.5K to 10K really. But I think I'm being a bit sloppy. And then I look at these and with disbelief still. And I've gone through so many different iterations of numbers, and I just keep coming to the same conclusion that the AI sector in crypto has to be a top 5 category in crypto. At the moment, AI is what, 28th. Dog-themed coins have double the market cap, and so yeah, I can't help but feeling more bullish about BitTensor, especially when you understand the subnets. And please watch those interviews I keep posting out on Telegram. The interviews that Keith Singery has done recently, that was a good one. It's only just started, so I know it's hard to sort of see where it's going because subnets have really only just got started. We've got dynamic TAO that hasn't even launched yet. It's just been proposed, so it's going to be a couple of months. So it'll probably be a bit more of a dip when easy staking stops. And by the way, don't forget, we've probably got 2 to 3 months of easy staking with TAO. So, I mean, I'm looking at the ROI that I'm getting from staking TAO, and it's north of 20% at the moment, as in APR. But when dynamic TAO kicks off, and then you've got to really sort of place your bets on certain subnets, you know, expect that yield to drop. Now, the thing, another reason why I'm so bullish on it is that for years, you know, since 2017, I've always been obsessed with crypto staking, and the reason for that is because, oh no, not new, Control M, here we go. Because I love the theory that when you stake a crypto, you get the yield in that crypto. So typically when you get a yield from a stock, from a divvy or whatever, or just any form of sort of cash flowing asset, you normally get the yield in sterling or whatever. But this is why, you know, even the yield that you could get in Ethereum is so damn bullish. Like even if you have a coin which is giving something like 3% yield, you may turn your nose up at that. But what if that crypto then 10x's over time? You're still getting the same amount of yield in that crypto. So if a 10x happens, yes, you're technically getting a shitty yield, but actually once the price 10x's or whatever, your real yield turned into 30%. And so I keep coming back to the same conclusion with Bittensor. So let's say I'm wildly wrong, and let's say it just becomes a normal bog standard, run of the mill, call it 1.2% market share of the whole crypto market by the end of this market. And let's just say, the last retail cycle we got it to 3 trillion. If I move this a bit, it was about 3 trillion. I don't know what this was. Oh yeah, what was I doing here? Let's say crypto only peaks up to 4.4 trillion, which I cannot see happening, especially as all the ETFs are gobbling up Bitcoin. And then eventually, once they got their fill, I think they'll probably start to reprice crypto upwards. Well, let's just do that simple maths. 4.4 trillion. So this is like the most pessimistic number I can actually give you for Bittensor. So 44 billion, 440 billion, 4.4 trillion times 0.12, so 1.2, 52.8 billion, $52.8 billion market cap. We then divide that by 10.5 million, divide that by 500 million. That still gives us 5k TAO, right? Which, where are we now? We're at 48. Where is the chart? I've lost my chart. What is it? 344. Okay, so divide. Oh dear Lord. So 5k divided by 348. That's a 14x from where we are now. Now, so here's the beautiful thing. Going back to this yield stuff, which I just is in my head like every day. Let's say dynamic TAO comes in, and that you've got to be a little bit more conservative with how you're staking it, and so you probably stake your TAO across, I don't know, the best 5 subnets that you have legs on, and let's just say the yield becomes pants and it drops all the way down to something 10%. Okay, well, let's say you've done your work now, and you've already got, I don't know, let's say you've put 20 grand into TAO. Let's say your buying price is 350. Let's say you've got a really shitty buying price, and you've got your 57 TAO right now, and in the future you're expecting to get 10% per year minus your 57. That's 5.7 a year. Divide that by 12. You're getting 0.4, and let's round it up. Let's say you hodl a little bit, and you're gonna end up getting 0.5 TAO per month. Okay, and this is assuming that you just sell every TAO you get every single month just for cash flow. Well, guess what? If our worst pessimistic outcome is $5,000 TAO, and you're getting your half a TAO a month, you've turned your 20k pot. If you were to YOLO in right now at relatively bad prices, you've got a 2.5 grand a month income, and that's if you were to sell it every month and not let your pot hodl grow. And don't forget, if that 57 TAO does turn into 5 grand each, that you've turned basically $20,000 into 285, which is that 14 and a bit X from here, and that's my lowest possible estimation. So going back to this one here, let's say it is, you know, some 3% of the whole market cap, which I think is still low, and it, you know, we're looking at 20k. All of a sudden, your 20k, your 20k pot, that half a TAO per month turns into $10,000 per month. Like, can you see why I'm so bullish here? Now, can things shit the bed? Of course they can. It happens a lot in crypto. But as far as I see it, this is what I want to put my money on. This is where I am putting money in my mouth, balls in my mouth, whatever that saying is. And just So I'm happy with the pot being 70% TAO at the moment. Although I am incredibly bullish on Casper, especially with what's happening with, and I'll talk about Casper in a minute, but this is the thing. And so you got to be cognizant of, you know, yield in crypto, especially if you got, you know, a respectable yield in a crypto that has legs and has, you know, at least longevity.